Well, good morning and welcome to Let's Talk Stroke. I am your host and stroke survivor, Jerry Wald. And for those of you that are new, I started doing this show to bring awareness to stroke, TBI, aphasia, brain injury, and also to provide a platform for survivors to share their journeys from all across the world, and also bring on experts in brain health so they can share their knowledge as well for us to learn more about the brain. So also, if you haven't subscribed, go to YouTube and Let's Talk Stroke. Please subscribe and hit the notification button so you know when I am going live. And so this show is pretty dear to me because this is about setbacks. How do we cope with having setbacks in our stroke journey, brain injuries journey? So try and stick around as I have 8 strategies I will talk about if you find yourself having some setbacks. So just stick around and I'll be right back. Okay, are we all here? Well, please um, sit back, relax, and I just say hello to you guys that are here, and I appreciate it again that you're here. So anyway, are we all here? Well, please. Oh, let's see here. Sit back, relax, and let's. I got a little feedback here, so I will take this off here. Okay. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it very much. And good morning, good morning. And yes, you did. You made it to another one. Thank you for being here, Candace, Lindora. Nice to see you. And host. Well, that's me. So anyway, I appreciate again you guys being here. So anyway, this show is really about strategies, how I cope, and hopefully you could hear maybe some of these strategies will help you guys out as well. Um, as you know, coping with setbacks during stroke recovery can be very challenging. But here's several tips, strategies that probably can help you manage this process because it's pretty interesting how we do this. So first one is you need to acknowledge your feelings because it's normal to feel frustrated, sad, or even angry when setbacks occur. And believe me, I've had mine, and I'll let you know a couple of them what I did. But acknowledge your feelings without judgment. Um, First of all, you need to recognize your emotions is really the first step to addressing them. And I didn't do that in the beginning for me. I just never did that. Lynn, good morning. I didn't really recognize my feelings toward that because I always, I've had my share of falls, and that's one of the biggest things for me. And I'll get into that. So number two would be set realistic goals, because recovery for all of us can be unpredictable. So setting small, attainable goals can make progress feel more achievable. Um, Celebrate the small victories along the way, and also they can help maintain motivation, which is so true. If you guys have gone through any of this, for me, um, falling was really the biggest thing for me. And I've had, I could still remember my first fall that I had is I fell back and hit the wall, and I actually posted something on that. I hit the wall and put a hole through the wall in the bedroom there. Um, I've had other falls that I've broken my hip, and I'll tell you these are setbacks. So for me, just maintaining motivation. So I do now set small, um, goals, just so I feel like I'm making progress when I hit the next one. I've talked on a couple of days ago about, I mean, just moving my fingers. I can remember the days that I couldn't. So again, celebrate those small victories, along the way, because it really makes a difference. Um, and let's see, number three, surround yourself with a support network like your family, friends, even my therapist, because I really got close to a lot of my therapists, or even where I do now is go to support groups. I go to support groups and I'm the one talking, and I love that because you know, just to encourage somebody else. And for me, with all my stroke survivors, brain injury survivors, um, talking to other people that understand exactly, our experience, that really does provide comfort, encouragement. So that's another good one there. So there's a lot. Liza, nice to, yes, that was a crazy one. The hip fracture. Well, just to go back, so Hannah, and you guys, if you haven't subscribed, go to YouTube, Let's Talk Stroke, and hit the notification button and subscribe on YouTube. But anyway, yeah, what I did is I was actually I just tripped in the kitchen, and our kitchen had tile floors, and I hit it. Good morning, Brad. I hit my hip, and I'll tell you what. When I had my stroke, I couldn't move. It was just a pop in my head. It didn't hurt. It's just I couldn't move, and from there another story. But anyway, with the hip, oh my gosh, when I hit that setback there, I broke my hip. It was so painful. And luckily, I keep my phone with me 24/7. People say, why do you keep your phone break away from it? I can't. And that's probably one of the reasons, if something happens. You know, no, hip started the clock over for me. Worse than ever. I know. It's just absolutely a nightmare. It didn't set me back to day one. You're right. It was the worst pain. It didn't set me back to originally, but it did. I had to go back inpatient therapy. Um, had to go back inpatient therapy, and that was right during around COVID. So they discharged us. Actually, I did go back into my wheelchair. Not anymore, but I did. It got me all screwed up. So I left inpatient rehab in a wheelchair, and 2 weeks because they discharged us because of COVID. But anyway, so yeah, that was a big, huge setback. Okay, so now if I go to number four, if I remember which my memory's a little screwy because of yeah, because of the stroke. So practice self-compassion. This, I had to learn to during the setbacks. I was ticked off. So you need to be kind to yourself, because I know recovery is often non-linear. So, and setbacks is a huge natural part of the journey. I'd love to know if someone is who actually hasn't had setbacks. So really, um, be kind to yourself. Setbacks are a normal experience, and it's normal part of the journey that we go through. So you got to treat yourself with the same compassion you would treat or offer a friend in a similar situation. So you really need to do that. That's so important. And then if not, if they're having some issues, let's see, 1, 2, 3, so I go number 5 would be seek professional help. If you're struggling to cope with setbacks, it's okay to ask for help. Consider speaking to a mental health professional. Therapists can really provide strategies to manage emotions and build resilience. In the beginning, I didn't want to talk to anybody. It was really, so that's another really thing that a lot of us struggle with is um, not wanting to ask for help, and it's okay. You need to. Um, um, so anyway, and then also focus on what you can control. Um, Shift your focus to aspects of your recovery that can influence. Like, well, for example, you can control your effort, commitment to therapy, and self-care practices. So thank you, Lynette, there for sharing. I appreciate it. Um, I know the worst pain, still going back to that hip, because I know it's not fun. So some of the stuff I kind of little talked about in another show, but this is part of the setbacks during our recovery. So mindfulness, relaxation tips or techniques, you know, practice like mindfulness, deep breathing, meditation. They can also help manage stress and improve your emotional well-being, which, believe it or not, I never believed in any of that, but I do that, and it really has made a big difference. Um, and so keep doing that. But also another one, not for me, but it is now. Well, years ago or something, it got to be good for me. So stay patient, and you have to be persistent, because recovery takes time. Raise your hand if it's if you're not recovering like that, which I thought I was. So it takes time, and it's important to remain patient during this process. Um, Remember that progress may be, well, can be slow, but persistence can lead to improvement over time. So, I think I said in the beginning of the year that um, start, and I did start my therapy, all that right away. I didn't, I did stuff every single day, and I'm really getting into it now. I mean, I'd love to know, because what I got complacent during my during COVID. It got not only the like the hip fracture. They put three. Boy, my hip put three metal rods in. They didn't replace the hip, which people say they probably should have. But long story there. But anyway, um, did hip make you even more tired? It's been 4.5 months right now. Well, it did. Let's see. Mine is in 2020. So I'm trying to think. Did it? It did make me a little more tired, because I couldn't really move a whole lot. The walking was torture. But I'm now I'm okay. I still feel it, believe it or not. Um, when I had my hip fracture, the orthopedic surgeon that was he was the one that specializes in hips. He was up for 24 hours for another surgery. He couldn't do it, so the hand and shoulder guy did mine. So maybe they put part of the hand or something in my hip. But so it took me a while just because of the pain. But I did. Good morning, Naomi. But yeah, so it took me um, a while to kind of heal, but it was tough because during COVID I had to do therapy um, on a Zoom call. That's like a chance, another fall. So I kind of didn't do a whole lot of that. But anyway, I kind of taught myself walking again from some of the stuff on the Zoom calls. But those are setbacks that I overcame, and now you've got to just be persistent. You got to change your mindset to being positive. Stay patient. That's probably one of the big things here. Let's see what I so if I did some of these strategies, here's one. Maybe I should go. I'm so close to the computer. Huh? So I'll go down my list, but I'll just give you the what the how do you promote or manage the process. So the first one, acknowledge your feelings, right? You're gonna have setbacks, and I think that's a normal um, progress in stroke recovery or brain injury recovery. Acknowledge your feelings, then set realistic goals. I mean, it's so easy to just I'm gonna walk 20 miles. Okay, that's not a realistic one. So you know you know recovery is very unpredictable. So set small goals, ones that you can hit. I mean, because then you make it maintains your motivation too. Because when you hit those small attainable goals, you see the progress. That's a huge one. Next one, stay connected. You've got to surround yourself with friends, family, a support network. You've got to have somebody that is someone going through the same thing, who understands what we're going through. Um, Very, very important. So stay connected. Um, like I said, talk to somebody who knows what we're going through. I always say that you have a stroke survivor and they're having several falls or something. We understand each other. Me, you, and it feels like we do understand each other. And because I know what you're going through, you know what I'm going through. Very important. So, and again, ask for help if you can't. Professional help. It's really important. Um, Practice self-compassion. This is another good one too, because I mean, be nice, be kind to yourself. That's so important. Um, because recovery is tough. I mean, what I would do is treat. I always say treat yourself like you want to be treated. So treat yourself with the same compassion you would offer a friend in a similar situation. Another big part of this. Um, and again, I think I said this a little bit ago. Ask ask for help. Seek professional help too. My therapist, when I go to therapy, used to go to therapy, not too long ago. Um, they're like my therapist. Well, they're my therapist. Like I can talk to them, and it's almost like speaking to a mental health professional. So speak to that, or unless you want to go to ask a doctor or somebody. But I go with a therapist. For me, that's just and focus on what you can control. Shift your focus to aspects of your recovery that can influence yourself. Um, and again, you've got to be committed to doing this. Um, mindfulness, relaxation techniques. That's something you doing. You got to keep doing that. Deep breathing, meditation. You got to try to overcome the stress of setbacks, and that's something that I learned from what do you call it? My falls. I've had falls and falls. Um, nice to see you guys. I know I need to know how to encourage Gene. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Chris. Thank you. Appreciate that. Um, yeah, it's I'll I'll get you a copy of what that I wrote down, and I'll send it to you, Naomi. See if it helps, because I know the being hard on yourself is not going to help, and just you get unmotivated. It's something I mean, I don't want to be unmotivated, and I have no problem if you want me to talk to anybody. I'm good to go on that. Like be patient and persistent. Recovery, as we know, takes time. It's important to remain patient during this process. Now, this is in the beginning. I am going to recover quickly. Well, remember, progress is slow. It may be slow, but persistence can be lead well persistence can lead to um, improvement over time. um, I don't want to let's see go Serena. Hey, um, appreciate you guys being here, and good morning, Serena. um, what else here? Let's see. I need to know how to get, yes, Naomi, we haven't chatted in a while, so let's maybe we should little chit chat about this, because I mean it's a tough go around this how do we cope with setbacks. So the what I know it's hopefully you guys got something out of this. Share it, because these are 8 strategies that I tried to think of exactly what I was going through, and how do I cope with these setbacks, because it's a big part of um, our journey. um, but really one of the biggest one I always put number one is acknowledge your feelings, right? I mean, see, how easy is it to get frustrated, sad, or angry, right? When setbacks occur, obviously they do. Some people, everyone, every stroke, every brain injury is different, but you got to acknowledge these feelings, um, without judgment. I mean, that's one there. So recognizing the emotions is the first step to addressing them, because it's easy to say this. I can't. This sucks. I mean, really, this really does when you hit those setbacks. Man, I know, easier said than done. You got to get up and take the bull by the horn. Wow. And again, set realistic goals. This is so important, because when I first, okay, what do I say? Okay, I'm gonna get back up to not lift, with my right side. I'm gonna um, lift 5 pounds. A lot different than when I was younger doing that. But anyway, let's see. So you got to set realistic goals, setting small ones that are attainable. Um, let's see. How many hours per day do you try to exercise leg? Also went backwards the last 10 days, sick, hard to walk. Yeah. Um, for me, I go through those little peaks and valleys. I mean, who doesn't go through those peaks and valleys with setbacks? I wear my watch. I don't know if anybody can see it. It's my logo. Let's Talk Stroke on my watch. Anyway, the button. I mean, I keep it all the time so I can track my walking, and I'm really trying to make my gait better. I post some of those walks, and you could see my hip. It's still, you know, I I I need to lose. I mean, I need to uh, walk better with my hip, my gait. So I do walk every single day, whether it's in the house, back and forth, and I can't get the big. I get between 5,000 to 7,000 steps. That's a lot I'm just saying, for a stroke survivor like me. Though, yes, Serena, routines. I need a routine. I know, you know, yeah. So that's what I do. But believe it or not, we went on vacation for not too long ago, and I was getting about 10,000 steps a day. I was exactly exhausted. Look, it was great but expensive. Yeah, the thing is with stroke survivors, you know, can't work for the most part. Most stroke survivors, as you know, so you do the best you can, work real hard on your therapy. I mean, seriously, I work real hard. But again, you got to you need to have a good support system too, that knows what we're going through. I love talking to survivors, because you know what I go through. I know what you're going through. Um, and not to say that a caregiver doesn't know, because you do know. But I'm just saying the emotional part of it is it's a tough one. So I got to get myself out of that place, um, because that throw you in a tizzy too because of the um, need to go to the um, I know lost my train of thought. I love when you guys make comments and stuff. But I saw you, Liza. The need to go to the gym again. I know I was doing it all the time, but now I have stuff here, but it's not the same going to the gym. But again, it takes some cash, right? Cash is king. But anyway, let's see. Did I say? Yeah, the one too is if you're having trouble with setbacks, breaking my hip. It's not starting all over, but starting back quite a bit. So that was one of the things. So um, go ahead and ask. I talk to other survivors out there because it's not only fun, but you understand, and that's what I love. Um, and again, thank you again for commenting here, Juliet. Thank you for being here. Jim people ask questions. Yeah, Jim people ask questions. Okay, so hey there, nice to see you. Um, did you experience pain in your affected leg, hand, and the whole affected side? And if so, how do you manage it? You know, Especially if you try exercises of standing and walking. I Thank you for the question there. I definitely I still have, because I also with my affected side, I have subluxation, which is a pain in the shoulder. So I do if I exercise, and what really helped me, believe it or not, uh, squats, just and not do shoulder away. You know what I mean? Shoulder length away, shoulder. I do it a little wider. Do it a little wider, and do like three. This is just me. 3 sets of 10 um, in the morning, and then in the afternoon, I try to do another 3 sets, 10, and it does. And you have to wait there on your affected side, and then that helped me. So I definitely do that. I mean, that's something that made a whole difference for me walking. It's another one. Yeah. So, and someone asked me, I don't know who it was. Um, my subluxation sometimes gets worse, sometimes it gets okay. And I lift when I'm doing that, I I tend to bend my arm a little, trying to keep the subluxation up. But yeah, you don't need gym. I agree, Serena. I put it up there and say, yeah, and it's true. You're right. I mean, let's see. I usually have I have Amazon. I got Amazon. Oh, I'll take your comment up. Amazon. I think it was like $5 for two thing of weights, and I walk sometimes with them. There's also lots of things. I mean, Amazon, or just use stuff in the house is exactly right there, Serena. So true because it makes a big difference, especially during COVID. Oh my gosh, that kind of taught me a lesson how to find stuff around the house, and even the refrigerator, with my affected side, or opening the doors. Um, we don't have the ball things to, the handles we have. So I use my affected side and put it in there and pull. Um, but even on the couch, I get on the couch and I try to lean back and try to lift my legs up. I mean, and that also will help you with setbacks, because I think my worst times when I didn't do anything. So, and I'm with you on that, Serena. Routines is a big part of it. So, um, oh, this is good. Serena, start with a can of. Serena, that's absolutely cool. Start with a can of soup to start with. Yeah, you know what? I used to I I did another one. I did a video of me grabbing a box, and then opening it, the freezer, and I tossed it in there. You had to see it. You have to find my videos for that one. They're on there. I posted them. And the good thing, if you're posting videos, does help with motivation. It also helps with you going back and saying, "Wow, look at the progress I've made." It does make a difference. I see you said mowing the lawn, but I dread it. It's my outdoor walk. Yeah, I can't. We are kind of in a steep, not steep, but down. So I can walk up. But me going down is I'm not going to do that because I know where I'm going to end up. Um, but anyway, that's kind of what I went over the steps. So anybody, uh, what do you call it? Missed it? Almost done here. Yeah, but so I'm going to go through the 8 steps. I'll do it real quickly. Acknowledge your feelings, set realistic goals, stay connected, practice self-compassion, and seek professional help if you're struggling to cope with. That's why I said that. If you're struggling to cope with the setbacks, just consider talking to a mental health professional. Um, Focus on what you can control, right? Mindfulness and relaxation techniques. And the last one, again, been too hot. Yes, stay patient and persistent. That's huge. So don't give up, you guys. Stick around. Uh, Stick to it. Don't give up. Uh, been too hot in Northern California. Yeah, try here, Texas. Same thing. Both places are crazy. Just going to be 100 today. Don't know what the heat index will, so it's going to be not the best day. Robin, nice to see you. May have to go back and watch because this is about a half hour. So, but I went over all the techniques that I think are very important. So, but yeah, so setbacks, huge, huge, huge. I've been through them all. So, um, broke my wrist, some of my fingers. I fell on the way to therapy, getting out of the car, and all my fingers here scraped up. I walked into therapy, and they had to bandage me up, and it just got more painful during therapy. I ended up going to just the ER. Believe it or not, I had a couple fingers that were broken. Um, yeah, I just the week cooler, 100 next. I just uh, okay, Lynette, I'm back. Had someone come. I had more setbacks. I know. Okay, there we go. Lynette, I know. I talked to everybody about that, and I butchered it all up. I have had more setbacks. Life will get you down, but don't stay down. If anybody not here heard that, check out Lynette Price's her shows on Tuesday, 7 o'clock Central Time. Lynette's Journey. You got to check it out. I mean, it's really pretty darn awesome. Um, I'll tell you. Hey T, wait, it's always so good to see you too, Robin. I did that right before COVID because when I go into therapy, if that's one you're talking about, I fell and landed on my wrist. As you all know, if you do fall, is it not slow motion? And I scrape up my wrist, and yeah, and then it ended up I had a couple fingers broken, but it's almost like they couldn't really do anything. Taped them all together. But thank you. What per day got off track and they, yeah. I mean, we all have those days where I don't feel like doing it, but I know what happens when you do it. I'm not, I mean, I'm guilty to all that. If, uh, let me see. I, yeah, um, we've all, let's think, a completely stroke moment here. Um, I know I haven't had a setback. Well, I did not too long ago, but yeah, the hip was the big one. But anyway, do I want to mention all this again? Because I know, Robin, if you were gone, if you look at the beginning, I coping the coping skills here, the coping with setbacks during our stroke recovery is challenging. But there are several strategies that you can manage that. Number one, I'm going to go over it and then thank you guys. Um, if you haven't subscribed, YouTube, Let's Talk Stroke, hit the notification button, and we're going live. Acknowledge your feelings, set realistic goals, stay connected, um, practice self-compassion, big one, be nice to yourself. Seek professional help, focus on what you can control, um, mindfulness and relaxation techniques, stay patient and be persistent. That's all of it. So I hope you all guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you. Have a great weekend. If I haven't talked to you, and if I don't, enjoy your weekend. And I will be back on Tuesday next week. So stay cool, and thank you once again for all of your kind words. And